As educators, you have done more for the development of Georgia's best and brightest than can ever be measured, and we want to celebrate you. We created the Georgia Retired Educators Museum to do just that and tell the story of public education in Georgia. Please join us in honoring and celebrating public education in Georgia and the teachers who made it possible. Let's take a closer look, and we hope you enjoy it.
From the state's first constitution, to one-room schoolhouses, to integration, to lottery-funded pre-K, public education in Georgia has evolved to meet the needs of our children. Education in Georgia was mostly a religious-based endeavor during the developmental period. Wealthy white Southerners often made special arrangements to educate their children abroad, while slaves were not allowed to be educated, and many poor white families simply couldn't afford it. The first notion of state-run schools emerged with the state constitution in 1777, but many went unbuilt. The idea of public schools evolved greatly during the establishment period. With the South's economy in ruins following the Civil War, legislation in Georgia provided for a system of common schools for white children, complete with a state superintendent and representatives in each county. With slaves now free but still living under the laws of the Jim Crow era, philanthropic efforts began educating African Americans. By 1910, one-room schoolhouses were being replaced by modern buildings that housed multiple grades. Public schools as we know them emerged in Georgia during the equalization period. Integration of schools began in 1954 and picked up steam following the passage of the Federal Civil Rights Act of 1964. Soon, federal and state programs that still exist today, such as Head Start and Job Corps, were created to help bridge the gap created by decades of segregation. The state's role in education policy and curriculum expanded during the accountability period, which continues today. The injection of state funding from the Georgia Lottery and federal programs led to policies that emphasize measurable statistics to gauge achievement levels in the more than 180 public school systems now operating across the state. See how public school has changed over the centuries and learn about how policies and practices of the past have informed our modern system of education. Thank you to the more than 1,500 people who purchased a brick for the Honor Roll Plaza to honor the contributions of Georgia's teachers. Proceeds from the sale of the bricks provided the primary funding for the museum.